Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jump and today we're doing my top 5 Legend of Zelda Easter Eggs. Now for this list I'm going over some of the Easter eggs that I find cool and interesting that have appeared throughout the Zelda games. So for number 5 is the Tingle plushie from Skyward Sword. Now what I like about this Easter egg is that it's just like, even though it's like made by Zelda herself, because you can find it in Zelda's room when you acquire the hook shots or the claw shots, I might add. That I like this because it's a plushie character. It's a plushie based on a character that won't even be around until around about the Wind Waker, and I think that's quite cool that Zelda made this herself, and how it's based on Tingle, and it's quite close to Tingle-ish. For number 4 are all of the Mario references, so from Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time. So in Ocarina of Time, if you go to Hyrule Castle, and in the courtyard where you see Zelda, in the right hand window, you can see in the original version several paintings of Mario and Peach and Bowser and Luigi and Yoshi. But in the 3DS remake, instead of having the paintings, it's basically a wallpaper or a painting or whatever or something. I can't exactly remember if it's a painting or wallpaper background of one of the levels from the Mario DS games, I think. I think that's quite cool. And in Majora's Mask, you can basically see a mask of Mario's face on the back of the bag of the High Mask salesman, and in Link's Awakening, you can see several Mario enemies and characters. So one of them being a character that looks like Mario himself. You can get to see a Chain Chomp, and you get to see several Goombas. So I think that's really quite cool of how Mario can exist within another franchise by being like Easter egg form and stuff like that. For number 3 is the Divine Beast names. Now, the Divine Beasts are the names of the Divine Beasts are all based off from different characters from the different Zelda games, mainly Ocarina of Time and the Wind Waker. And these I'm going to cover all 4 of them. So, Meadow is based on Medley from the Wind Waker. Naboris is based off Niburu from Ocarina of Time. Varudania is based off Darunia from Ocarina of Time, and of course Varuta is based off Ruto again from Ocarina of Time. Mainly 3 of them are from Ocarina of Time, but I don't mind. And I really like this Easter egg because it's basically referencing like a lot of cool characters, and I just really like how they are also the Divine Beasts are based off different animals as well. So for Meadow is based on a bird, for Naboris is based on a camel, Varudania based on like a lizard type thing, I think a salamander I think, and for Varuta it's based off an elephant. So I think the Divine Beasts represent both their names and the animals that they're based on quite well. For number 2 is the Hetso item slot song thing, because for Breath of the World. So throughout Breath of the World, you'll get to see this big tree guy called Hetsu, and he'll say that he'll give you an item upgrade or weapon upgrade slot if you bring in a certain amount of Korok seeds that you find throughout your journey in Breath of the Wild. Now then, what I like about this is that every time you do get an upgrade slot, he'll do the sound effect. He'll like do the do sound effects that he'll say whenever you find an item or something like that. I think that's really cool and interesting. And for number 1 are references to other Zelda games in Breath of the Wild. Now you're probably thinking, why isn't the Divine Beast a part of this? Is that I feel like the Divine Beast names are a bit more on the nose, and you'll probably quickly pick them up quite easily if you figure out the names for them. But what I mean by this is that throughout Breath of the Wild, you get to see not only probably characters, but also other like named references throughout from other games. So for the other games that are referenced within Breath of the Wild are Phantom Hourglass, Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, and Twilight Princess, and I think various other games. But I'm just mainly focusing on games that you can like reference like either on the map or on various other things. So for the map, so I think there are like several islands or like small area type parts where you reference to like Phantom Hourglass. So for there's like one called Linebeck Island or something, one with Zazu's name, or I think, and for the ones that are like spoken, it's when in one of the memories when Link is being like having the ceremony thing with Zelda and the champions. Zelda mentions Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and Skyward Sword, because in the memory she says that it's with a skyward bound, adrift in time, or steeped in the glowing embers of twilight. I think that's quite like cool and good how they reference like older and previous Zelda games, and I like it how in two parts of the game, one being a memory and one being the completion of the Trial of the Sword, of how Fi's referenced, because in the hidden memory, once you find all of the Sheikah Slave memories, Zelda can hear Fi's sort of sound effect whenever she comes out of the Master Sword in Skyward Sword. And I like it how once you've beaten the Trial of the Sword and got the Master Sword up to full upgradedness, you can hear the same effect that Fi makes in the again in the memory and in Skyward Sword. So I think it's really cool. So yeah, that's been my top 5 favourite Legend of Zelda Easter eggs. I hope you liked the video, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.